Is now the time to put slave reparations back on the table? Since the Republicans have nominated or selected Michael Steele to be their party chairman, Clifford Eberhard thinks that now, this time is better than never to put slave reparation back on the table. He insists that America owes approximately $10 trillion to black people for slavery, and he wants you to pay your money. Let's listen to Clifford's argument for putting slave reparations back on the table. Check out the editor of BlackNewsWeekly.com, Clifford Eberhard. Let's welcome Clifford. Thank you. Hello, I'm Clifford Eberhard, editor of Black News. And I'm here to talk about an issue, a serious issue, I may add. One that has to do with something that I know a lot of white people don't want to hear, and some black people. I'm not here to curse you out. I'm not here to rant and rave, but I'm here to put a very serious issue on the table right now. And that issue is slave reparation. Let's talk about it for a minute. You are in a financial conundrum that seems to be a situation that have you in over your heads. But you owe black people money for slavery. You have bailed out all of these crooked bankers and their Jewish friends. You have left the world economy in shambles. You have just really been the worst stewards of the American economy anybody could even imagine. But you continue to deny the fact that you owe black people for slave reparations. Someone asked me, what does Michael Steele being selected to be the Republican Party chairman means to the black community? It means now that we have two blacks vying for control of the body politic in America, we can put the issue of slave reparation back on the table. It should have never been taken off. Well, it has never been on the table as far as white people are concerned. And some blacks, some stupid blacks, who go along with the fact that we are not owed anything for slave reparation. You pay everybody else. Barack Obama didn't want to talk about it much during his election to president because he would have probably not gotten elected because white people would have never voted for him if he had come out in support of slave reparation. But he's elected, Michael Steele is in office as far as Republicans are concerned, and now I think that we should put the issue of slave reparation on the table. Why? Germany paid off the Jews for the 3 or 4 years that the Holocaust occurred. You paid off the Japanese for interning them during World War II, which was a couple of years, paid them millions of dollars. You paid off the Indians for your genocide against them. They have casinos all over the country making millions and billions of dollars. And now we are stuck with nothing. And it was our effort and our people who sacrificed to build this country to make it as rich as it is. You owe the money, dog. You're going to pay it. What is the cost? Conservatively, I would say I want to put the figure at $10 trillion. We can negotiate a little bit more. We may be able to negotiate a little bit less, but let's start out with a figure of $10 trillion. You don't have to pay it all at once. You can pay maybe $5 trillion down and maybe $1 trillion a year over 5 years till you like a creditor called me and asking me for money. And I told him I didn't have the money. He said, well, can you go borrow it? Yeah, I can go borrow it, but I'm not, because the debt I owe you is not legitimate. But the debt that America owes black people is legitimate, and if you have to borrow it, go borrow it. For one thing, you're talking about jump-starting this economy. If you paid that money for reparation that you owed blacks, you'd get a twofer. You'd get a twofer, 2 for 1. You would jumpstart your economy overnight because blacks would take the money and just squander it and throw it in the damn middle of the street. And plus, you would have the issue of slave reparation out the way. So you'd get a twofer. Black people would take that money and buy Cadillacs and buy houses and do everything. You would jumpstart this economy overnight with the spending habits of black people. And ultimately, once the money's paid, I couldn't come back and ask for anything else, because you would say, we'd already paid you niggas. So we kind of got you over the barrel right now. And that's why I'm coming here with this editorial. Like Malcolm X said, when white people are evenly divided in the body politic of America, it is the black vote and a block that makes the difference. And when white people are divided over 2 niggas like Michael Steele and Barack Obama, our black vote is more important. And I want you to know, if the other blacks don't know it or realize it, I do. And it may seem crude. It may seem, well, we don't got the money right now because we in all of this financial trouble. Hey, dog, you brought that on yourself. We didn't cause it. We have sat back and let you steal and rob and rape everybody. And you don't want to pay us? You got to pay the money. You may say, well, we ain't got no money right now. You got to borrow it. Go to China. Go to India. Go to Mexico. But you got to come up with the money, dog. And I want black people to understand that this is no poppycock. This is no, I wish I had it. This is a legitimate debt that this country owed to us, and it's one that they should pay, and it's one that you should stand up for and fight for. I say $10 trillion. And you don't have to pay it all at once, like I said. But you can't pay it like a horse shitting in the road. A dabble here and a dabble there. $5 trillion down, $1 trillion over the course of 5 years, and the debt is clean. And you won't hear another word from me. And I guarantee you, you won't hear another word from black people. Because as long as I'm probably the only black in this country that can put a digital video on the internet, then I can assure you, once the money is paid, the debt is done. So, look to hear more about this issue. For those blacks who won't bring it up, you should. And for those blacks who bring it up and people are not listening to them, continue to bring it up, continue to insist that we need our money. The reparation is just one payment that you owe. You also owe making Washington, D.C. a state so we can have representation in the District of Columbia. So I'm Clifford Eberhard, editor of BlackNewsBeaker.com, and remember, pay your debts, pay your bills, and once you get us out the way financially, then, hey, we all cool, and we probably can work together and live together as a country. But we will never, as long as I'm alive, let you get away with not paying the money for slave reparations. I'm Clifford Eberhard, editor of BlackNewsBeaker.com, and I will see you next week. Thank you.